Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. A lot is brewing right now in Rivers State. There have been pertinent questions begging for answers, which they believe only Fubara, who seems to be at the center stage of it all, can answer. Another one person who can answer this question very seriously is none other than Nyesom Wike, and Fubara have decided to open up as the tensions are increasing. Questions begging for answers, immediate answers. But let's dive into the news to find out what it is and why Fubara have decided that when the right time is out and when the pressure mounts higher, he will burst the bubbles. Let's find out. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. According to the news, Rivers State Governor Sim Fubara has revealed that several projects initiated under the administration of his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, remain partially unpaid for, accumulating substantial debt. Fubara made this revelation during the inauguration of a 10.998 kilometer Aloto Ogali Ebube Road, also known as Old Bori Road, in Eleme local government area. He highlighted that many contractors who executed projects during Wike's tenure are now seeking payment for outstanding balances. Fubara emphasized the completion of the aforementioned road, originally unfinished under his administration. He specified that the contract for this project was awarded to CCECC on August 14, 2023 during his tenure. Now, let me quote him word for word. He said, "We allocated 6.7 billion naira for this project, and I'm proud to announce that every penny has been disbursed. We have settled the contractor in full, leaving no outstanding balance. Our primary challenge as an administration is debt." I'm going to give you full details on the level of debt that's making Nigerians to scream. The truth is, many projects initiated by the previous administration still have unsettled balances owed to contractors amounting to millions and billions of naira. I have refrained from discussing this issue because I was part of that system. However, if pressed, I won't hesitate to speak out. Let's put that aside for now. When they are ready, we will address it. Our current endeavors have already garnered attention. I can only imagine the reaction when we tackle larger projects. The governor also stated his intention to present a white paper detailing the project funding during its inauguration. As we move forward, we will prepare a comprehensive white paper documenting the project's history and awarded amount, he affirmed. Fubara clarified that his administration has not engaged in conflict with the federal government, asserting that they have received support despite facing challenges arising from internal factors. I've heard claims that we have been at odds with the federal government. However, our situation differs. We have not faced obstruction from the federal government. Rather, our challenges stem from internal issues, he explained. If there were conflict with federal government, that would be another matter. We are receiving support from the federal government, yet there is a saboteur within. It's a peculiar situation, but we have taken decisive action against this saboteur. He confirmed most Nigerians do not know the amount of debt, and that is why they're asking. Let me quickly give you a quick rundown on this level of debt we're talking about, we're looking at right now. According to the grapevine and news going viral, said that Fubara moved the debt of Rivers State from 5 billion naira to 213 billion naira within a year. Well, according to Center for Convention and Democratic Integrity, otherwise known as CCDI, they have actually dismissed that report that Governor Sim Fubara increased Rivers State debt from 5 billion naira to 213 billion naira within just 1 year of his being a governor. The president of CCDI, Comrade Olufemi Adunwo, who spoke some few hours ago, said the report by this online publication, I don't know which one of the online publication, he didn't mention the name. He said they distorted fact. According to Adunwo, records from Debt Management Office, that's DMO, revealed that Rivers State domestic debt alone stood at 389.20 billion naira. Take that again. 389.20 billion naira as of June 2023. He said that this debt significantly predates Governor Fubara's administration. Now you now understand why Fubara said when it is time that he's going about with white paper to show when every project he runs started, when it was awarded, when it was concluded, amount given, so that they can differentiate his time when he was the Accountant General of Rivers State under the administration of Nyesom Wike, the now FCT minister, and when he took over the reins of power and leadership in 2023 when he became the governor. So that at the end of the day, they will not marry what has happened in the time of Nyesom Wike and his time. And he has been complaining that some of these loans or some of these projects, which was started by his predecessor, he is the one concluding it. He is the one paying the debt. He is the one, all the loans collected. He is the one servicing those loans. So it's wrong for people to say that he moved the debt level from 5 billion naira that it was to 219 billion. Now the debt ratio showed that debt report showed that it was actually, before Fubara took over, it was actually 389.20 billion. As our colleague is in the house, what's the take on all of this drama on playing?
All right, the situation is very eminent, considering the fact that this has to do with public funds. You understand? Now, the reason why Fubara is brought into all of this is the fact that he was Accountant General of the place, and most recommendations, I must tell you the truth, sometimes do come from an accountant to an existing executive, to know the next line of move. Now, this sudden hike in the debt rate is one of the things that is really shocking. I must say that what has happened in Rivers State has happened in other places, but they sweep it under the carpet, considering the fact that it's a case of, the mentor handing over to the mentee, except in a case whereby, the predecessor was in an opposition party. So he hands over to, for example, a lot of drama is going to be seen in the case of Edo State. Very soon, Obaseki and Pueblo, it's going to be an unthinkable fight between both of them. We are already seeing it happen, and Abia State also, we're going to see something like, because after a period of time, during the period of payment of those loans, a lot of things are going to happen. But be that as it may, this one is a case of mentor-mentee. And I feel that Fubara does not want to backstab the person of Wike. But unfortunately, the pressure seems to be very much on him. At a point, he will need to explain certain things. Because unfortunately, Rivers State, based on the fact paid to them, seems to be earning more than every other person, in terms of the money they get on a monthly basis from the federal government. They get much. So when the case of getting loans are coming in and debts are piling up and all of it, you're beginning to wonder, how much are you paying this? And don't forget that during this period of time, Wike was, he handled a lot of projects, but apart from handling a lot of projects, we also know that the salaries were nothing to really write home about. But seeing sudden move, I'm talking about the issue of percentage increase to that level, it leaves a lot of people with so many questions. But at the same time, it's important for us to understand that we are dealing with a case of someone who is, in romance with the current government. So I don't think that the pressure will be much on Fubara to reveal much, except in a case where by maybe in 2027 he's always out of office. Possibly EFCC will go after him and he will have a lot of to tell Nigerians.
All right, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's speak to that comment section. What's your take? Have a nice time.